Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Night Sewing Report. Happy Easter! Yes, it is Easter. Imagine if there was something akin to a gym membership for people who sew, like a sewing studio that was open 24/7. Well, that is a reality in Tennessee. We're going to talk about that, plus lots more. I'm going to explain what I've been up to, and let's chat. It's Easter, so let's get right into it here on the Sewing Report. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you are here for the first time, I'm Jennifer Moore, helping you discover your love of sewing, crafts, and DIY projects. I would really appreciate if you subscribed and hit the notification bell. I do new videos every week on sewing, crafting, all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it gets a little zany, and I also do a live stream now every Sunday night at 7 p.m. So join us, and we're going to talk about the latest in sewing. Also, if you would like to suggest topics, feel free to do so in the comments below. So yes, in Tennessee, I saw this story and I thought it was really interesting. There is a place, it gives you 24/7 access like a gym, which I thought was really an interesting concept. And I was like, what, are they like there all the time? So WVLT, a local TV station, did a story about this place. It's called You So Crazy. And I originally linked to the website, but You So Crazy, if you are listening or watching out there, it looks like your domain name may have expired, so you may need to redo that. But we will share I linked their Facebook page since I could find that. So they're two sisters, Ruth and Renee, and they opened this studio, You So Crazy, last fall. And it allows customers to purchase a membership in order to have access to their sewing studio. And you can get there all the time. I guess you could practically live there, so that's interesting. And a lot of people, because I think that's one thing about sewing is that it's very space prohibitive for some people. Some people just don't have the space to do that, and I think that's something that deters you from doing it. So I think it's cool that this place offers a spot for people. They can have lots of space. They can even have a little bit of storage there. They get access to sewing machines, or they can bring their own. There's a huge cutting table. So I thought this was a really cool idea. And I do think something like that might work. I see a lot of co-working spaces for offices and stuff. And I think that would be really interesting for more in the sewing community to do that. Oh, and by the way, as advertised, I will be eating carrot cake during this show and drinking a little rosé here. So although funny story, like literally 5 minutes before this was supposed to start, I was looking for the carrot cake and it was not in the fridge. And I was like, where did it go? And James had taken the whole cake into his TV room. So I had to steal a slice back. I think he's a little mad, but it'll be okay. So I did, because I was like, I advertised that I was going to eat carrot cake. So we got to eat carrot cake. So I got this at Winn-Dixie yesterday, and I've only eaten 2 slices. So I'm doing pretty good. So this is my Easter celebration. I also want to know to all of you out there, do you eat cake with a fork or a spoon? I prefer a spoon. I'm not really sure why. So we have some refreshments in this episode. Okay, so let's talk more about the sewing studio because I thought this was really cool. Okay, so I did go to their Facebook page and I'll take you there. So I would definitely follow them. They're at You So Crazy TN for Tennessee. And they are a textile studio for sewing and fiber arts, and they also offer classes. I think it's a really neat thing for community and for getting together with other people who sew. And here's some photos. I think this is a really cool idea. I would love to see this in more places, especially for the fact that a lot of people don't own a sewing machine, but they might be interested in sewing, but they don't know if they want to invest in a machine. So going to this place seems like a cool idea. And on the website, they had advertised their prices, and it wasn't anything crazy. Like, I think a membership was $400 per year. So, and then you get access to this space, and I don't think it's staffed all the time, but I'm guessing I'm assuming they probably vet the members and then give them an access code or an access key or something so they can get in. But I just think this is so cute. I mean, look at this little lounge area. Isn't that awesome? I think this is a really, like, I wish I could do something like that. Someday, I think this would be really Oh, look at that space. And they've got the storage bins, they've got dress forms, they've got a lot of notions there. So I think it's a really neat way to offer amenities to people who want to sew but maybe don't own that stuff, or they're just getting started. They don't know what to buy and they need some help. So I think this is a really cool idea. So ladies behind You So Crazy, this is amazing. So what do you guys think of this? Is this something that you would think about joining if there was one in your area? Like, I'm just curious. And also, like, what kind of other places like this might work, especially when it comes to attracting younger people into the sewing fold. I think that would be, I don't know, I just think concepts like this are really forward thinking, and I think I would love to see more of this sort of thing because I think it's awesome. So yeah, so I wanted to share that with you because I was just like, this is a kooky idea, but it's also a really neat idea. Oh my gosh, and Amy X, thank you for the super chat. Wow. Okay, so yes, reading the comments. So we will get to some comments, but Amy X, thank you so much for the $1.99. I think this is the second or third super chat I've ever gotten. I'm not really up on the super chats. I've seen other channels that do that sort of thing, and they've got a pretty good system down. I really don't. So thank you. It's greatly appreciated. Okay, yeah. And yes, happy Easter, everyone who's watching. And also in the comments, let me know where you're watching from and what kind of sewing you like to do. And yes, happy Easter. And so yeah, I want to know, what would you join, like a sewing studio? I mean, I guess I don't really need to because I have everything I need here. But if I was new, or if I didn't own a lot of stuff, I would certainly consider something, especially at $400 a month. I mean, that's actually far cheaper than a gym membership. And I would rather sew than go to the gym any day, clearly. So that's what I would do. So I think it's cool for socializing though. And I would love to see more social clubs centered around sewing, quilting, making things. And I would also, so here's another idea. I think this would be a great like scene for the singles. And I think that might be something that would get more, maybe guys to do it. If it was something where it was like, you know, young, hip people getting together to do something, would they, you know, go, they can meet other like-minded people. Also maybe, you know, because it's hard to, you know, I'm not single, but I've talked to a lot of single friends. I have a lot of friends who are single, and they really emphasize that it's really hard to meet somebody. So yes. So anyways, so this hour we're going to be chatting. So since the last time we talked, last Sunday, I have finished my backdrop. So that's going to be like my permanent background for Sewing Report videos. I think it kind of matches the color. I got this kit off of Amazon that was like 25 bucks or $26, and it came with all these decorations. I think they're more meant for parties or for, like, you know, photo walls at events. But I thought, you know, why not do it to kind of jazz up that plain white wall that's in the back of everything so it doesn't look as boring. And I've got some video of me putting it up. So it was really, I gotta say, it was pretty tedious to put, because all of like those little like poofy things, I don't know what they're called, I forgot what the name is, but it's almost like the same concept of making paper carnations. That took a really long time to put everything together, which was definitely not very fun. So this is the kit. And it comes really like compact in that little box. And then I used command hooks to put everything. So I put some hooks on the wall and some hooks on the ceiling because this is a rental. I didn't want to do anything to the walls. And then I also got these really neat looking command strip ledge shelves. So I thought I would put that up among the decor and use it to put random stuff on it. So right now I've got some little like fake plants on there. I might switch it out. So we'll see how that goes, but I really like this kit. I thought it was a pretty good deal. I didn't have to make everything, although a lot of the items in here were very DIY. So it took me like 3 days to put all of this stuff up. Yeah, that's me with the stepladder. And hopefully, I mean, I think these command hooks seem to be holding up pretty well. So I kind of tried to stagger them out and space them out as I was putting them up. I think I got to look okay enough. And then I've got two lights that are going to the, like I've got two of my photography lights that are going to be facing the backdrops, and I've got one on the floor to hopefully eliminate the shadows. So that is me spending hours and hours putting up paper decorations. I actually used bobbin thread to do a lot of the hanging. So yes, I think it's really cute. I like the way they came out. And I think the color, I think it adds like a pop of color to the background that was really, let's just say needed, because I'm really terrible at decorating stuff. So this was like a very like, hey, here's everything you need in one package. And it worked out pretty good. So I've linked the kit if anyone is interested in also doing a backdrop. They have a lot of different color schemes and different types. And then I linked to the Command products I use. I really like Command strips. And since the last few places we've lived in have been rentals, I think Command strips are a great way to have some type of functionality in your space without it being permanent. And even when we do own homes, I personally don't like putting holes. I absolutely hate putting holes in the wall. I don't really know why. I just don't like doing it. So even at like homes we owned personally, I would actually prefer Command strips. I think they work really well, and I really like that they're non-permanent. So I don't know. All right, so let's get to some comments. All right, so we got Allison here, Lori, Nancy. Yes, Amy, thank you so much. I cannot believe you actually sent me a super chat. I'm very surprised, but pleasantly surprised. So thank you very much. We got Maggie. Let's see, Jackie's here, Bettina. All right, cool. Luna, Jen, Sarah. All right, Camilla. Hello, everyone. Hello. All right, love your show. We'll have to watch in the morning after one. All right, you know what? Hey, that sounds good to me. I watch a lot of stuff in the middle of the night, too. In fact, I usually watch podcasts or stuff like this, but not me when I'm doing other things. So I've been shooting some embroidery machine videos. So if you have come to this channel for machine embroidery, hopefully you will like the next 2 weeks, because I shot a couple more videos about using my embroidery machine, the Brother PE800. And I also thought during this hour, a few weeks ago, I did a video about Dollar Quilting Club, which is a company I've been collaborating with. Really cool people, and they sent me a box of goodies, so I thought I would kind of just share them with you and show you everything that they sent, because I think they've got a good thing going. So as I mentioned in that video, they have this Rotary Club. Like it's kind of their own take on Dollar Shave Club. You've all seen the Dollar Shave Club ads, and I think that's a pretty genius thing. So they're trying to do this for quilting, and the company that behind it is actually Moondial, which is a very well-known like cutlery scissor company. They make a lot of cutting implements. So they wanted to kind of do something for quilters. So the starter kit, and the price of this kit is really great. It's only $16, shipping included to the US. You get to start, you get a rotary cutter handle, you get 2 blades, and then every 3 months you get another 2 blades and a surprise notion. So I think that's a really neat idea. And you also get 25% off the members store. So they have like this store where you can buy all kinds of sewing notions. I think the aesthetics of these kits and the products are really cute. So, okay, so and also I'm really excited because in the next few shows, I've got a couple companies that reached out and they just wanted to send me some stuff to check out. So I thought I would share those items like as you've probably seen on other channels, they're called like PR boxes. I thought I would share them during this live show every week. And I think I'm going to try to do some giveaways as well, because sometimes when somebody sends me stuff, it's just a lot of items and I can't possibly use all of this stuff. So I'd like to pass it along and give it back. So I think I'm trying to come up with some sort of system to do some type of giveaways where I kind of package up a bunch of stuff that I get and then give it out to one of you. I thought that would be great, and it will also help me, ulterior motives here, it will help me not have some sort of hoarder situation, which I'm really trying to avoid. So we will see. All right, yes, thank you. All right, so we got a lot of embroidery fans here. All right, Carol from Ditto Farm. Yes, I know who you are. Yes. All right, yes, command hooks are the best. So, and if you are watching on the replay, I got some questions about this last week. You can see the comment. You can see all the live chat comments. So if you're on like a regular desktop, it'll show up on the right hand of the screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, down below where you see the thumbs up or the thumbs down buttons, next to that there's like a little box that looks like a chat box. You know, it's like a little like square with like a little, you know, triangle hanging off of it. I forgot what that, like, it's almost like a cartoony like voice thing. If you click that, that will show you the comments. So even if you're on a phone or on a tablet, you will actually be able to see everyone's comments. And I think YouTube has really come a long way with the functionality of the live stream. So thank you, YouTube, because that is really, really great. All right, Nancy, I just canceled So Sampler. Dollar Quilting seems more up my alley. So, and I've done a lot of subscription boxes here on this channel. I like them for some things, but I think the downside is that you end up amassing a lot of stuff. I had done one of those Ipsy beauty boxes for a few months, and on the surface you're like, okay, it's only $10 a month, not bad, I can get some free product, but you never end up using nearly any of the makeup, and then it just kind of starts to pile up. So I ended up canceling it. So here's my opinion on the subscription boxes. If you are a hardcore sewist, like you sew all the time, 24/7, and if you are making things constantly, that may be something you can handle. And if you like surprises. If you don't like surprises, subscription boxes may not be for you because you don't really get to pick out what you get. And so if you don't like surprises, no go. And if you don't sew all that often either, also that might be something you do for like a couple of months and then stop it. But I personally wouldn't just get a subscription box infinitely, just because I would just probably never end up using all of the items, making all the projects. It's just too hard, you know? And the same thing with buying all this fabric. I did that fabric ban last year. In fact, I'm still on the fabric ban because I have not purchased fabric since like December of 2017. And I was trying to go through, and I was thinking about doing a video too where I go through like all of my fabric, talk about it, and kind of maybe try to like maybe I'll do like a fabric giveaway too, sort of like, so Mary Fons did this recently on her blog, and I thought it was a really cool idea. I've done this in the past with sort of destashing. At a certain point, like you get all these fabrics because you like them, but if you never use them, I don't know what the point is. Like you'll see a fabric and you're like, oh, I might be able to use this someday, and then you never end up using it. Who knows what can happen to it? Like it could just gather dust, get all musty, and then gross. I don't know. Like I don't know how long fabric will last in, you know, just if you let it sit there. Does anyone know? And also, here's another question. How old is your oldest fabric? Like how long does fabric stay good for? I don't know. Like how long can you use? I mean, I have some fabric in my collection that's at least 4 to 5 years old. So I don't know how long this stuff is, you're supposed to keep it, but you know, I don't really want to be in that situation where I have fabric that's been in my stash for 10 years. That's not really the direction I want to go. So I really try not to push that here on the Sewing Report. I really am trying to be a lot more mindful about consumerism and try not to contribute to that atmosphere. I don't like it. I don't think it's a very healthy way to live. Like if that's you, no judgment here, but I just don't really, I don't think it's my place or my goal to get people to buy like a bunch of stuff they don't really need. So that's why I don't know. So I'm just rambling here, but let me know what you think of that. And also like what, you know, like it just seems, and I've talked about this before, there's always new fabric coming out, and I think that's kind of almost a bad thing, just because it just encourages you to keep buying more and more and more fabric, and then you end up being like, you know, getting ready to go to the nursing home, and you have like a ton of, you got like a whole dump truck load. I mean, I don't really want to live that way. So I'm really trying not to get away from that, and also not really to push that. So yeah, just random thoughts here. Okay, so let's read some comments here. Okay. All right, Nancy, damn, I want some PR. I'd better start posting some videos. And Nancy, to be honest with you, like it's not like I'm getting like boxes all the time. I've had a few companies reach out So, but I do like, I already have a lot of sewing items to begin with. So I think it's really cool. I always like checking out what the latest and greatest or any sort of tool or notion that might help you. But yeah, it can be a little bit overwhelming. And I watched some beauty vloggers, and the amount of makeup they have just really just astounds me. I just think it just seems crazy. You can never use that much makeup in your lifetime, and they get that much makeup in like a week sent to them. So I don't know. I don't, I feel like it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, I like seeing what's cool and new, but at the same time, I don't really want to promote this like just mindless consumerism, because I think that's kind of bad for us as a society. I don't know. Getting a little too philosophical here. Okay. All right. So Lori says fabric does degrade, but it takes a very long time. Okay, good to know. Maggie, I have fabric that came from my grandmother's stash, probably 80s, maybe older. Okay, okay. Yeah, and I think a lot of us, so Jackie says she is a fabric hoarder. I think a lot of us have those tendencies. And I don't, again, I would never judge anyone, and I think you doing your own thing is what you got to do. But at the same time, I can do my part and not contribute to that like frenzy. You know what I'm saying? Nancy, if you store fabric folded on an open shelf, it will fade along the fold line. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. So, I don't know. So anyways, yes, with that being said, I wanted to show you some of the stuff that Dollar Quilting Club sent my way. They seem like really nice people, and they were, I kind of explained, and I've explained to companies that I've been working with, hey, this is my new policy. When you send me stuff, I don't ever guarantee that I'll do anything with it. And you have to be okay with me saying whatever I want about it. So you can't come back and say, change the title of the video, or, like, hey, talk about it in this certain way. Make sure to mention these talking points. So if a company does that, I'm not going to be taking anything from them. So when people do reach out, I said, hey, make sure you check out my work with me policy. And if you're down with that, feel free to send anything. So this is from the Dollar Quilting Club. And I really like the purple and teal. I think it's really cute. And I also really liked, so I was talking to them, and they're like, we originally did the club every month, and then we realized most people did not need rotary blades every month. So we switched it to 3 months. I thought this was smart consumer research there, because they realized, a lot of people don't use 2 blades in a month. So, then it would just pile up. So I really like that they're being mindful about the club terms. I thought that was a really good thing. So, and some of the stuff is really cute. So let me get the box out. All right, so everything has this really cute, purple and teal look. I think this is adorable. And I think I'm really big on colors, so I think this is really fun. I've been actually using these scissors for quite a few things. They work well, and they're pretty comfortable. So this might be one of the things that come as the notion. So in every delivery you get, after the first one, you get 2 blades, and then you get a notion. It could be like the scissors, it could be some other stuff. So this is one of the 45 millimeter rotary cutters. So, and this this definitely resembles another brand that's very well known. I've tried changing out the blades. They change out very easily. It works well. And I still really love my Ginger rotary cutter, but the price difference between the Ginger and the Dollar Quilting Club is pretty drastic. And the price difference between the blade refills is also significant. I just looked up the blades for my Ginger, and they're pretty expensive. They're anywhere from $11 to $15 each. And the Dollar Quilting Club is $16 for 2 blades, and you get something else with it. So the Dollar Quilting Club is definitely more cost effective if you are on a budget, or you don't want to drop $11 to $15 for a blade refill. Again, I do really, and part of the reason that I'm able to use my Ginger is because I accidentally got a shipment of 18 rotary blades from Overstock, and they let me keep all of them. So that was very nice of them. I was very confused by that, but I'm not gonna. You don't look a gift horse in the mouth, right? All right, so, all right, what else do we got here? All right, so they sent me this quilting ruler. So it's plexiglass. So, and as you know, I use creative grids a lot. I do think these are cool. The only thing I would say about the ruler is I do wish it had that grippy material on the back. You can add it yourself, but I do really like that Creative Grids already has that on it. So I do like this. I think it's cool looking, but that is one thing that's like one constructive piece of criticism I would have for the rulers is it needs some sort of non-slip stuff on the back. These are, they sent me some Mundial sewing scissors. So, and eventually I would like to do a giveaway with this stuff, but so I made a video for Dollar Quilting Club for their social media, but I want to make sure that I hold on to this stuff long enough that if we continue working together that I have product to be able to shoot. So I'm trying to figure out, but if, you know, if like a year goes by or whatever, if they change the look, they did send a lot of stuff, and I definitely would like to give some of this back. I just need to figure out like what I'm gonna need for future videos if I do anything with them. But they seem like a really cool company to work with, and I've very much enjoyed getting to know these people. So this is the scissors in the package, and this is the like the main rotary cutter, and they sent me a couple of these. So I think it's cute. It's got like a little lock button, and it's comfortable to hold. It's pretty lightweight, so it is definitely a decent rotary cutter. All right, what else do we got here? Okay, so here is the stick one in the container. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I was very surprised. I was expecting them to send like a rotary cutter and then, you know, like a couple blades, and then I got this box and I was like, what is this? Okay. And their notions are really cute too. So this is a set of bias tape makers, all branded Dollar Quilting Club. And then there's these little really cute baby bear pins. And if you are in the club, you get 25% off anything in their like Notion store. I'm not sure if the shipping is free if you make separate orders, but the shipping is always free in the US if you are in the club. So for the club shipments. So I'd have to check the website again. But I kind of got the vibe that shipping was usually free, and I hope it is. Because for me, free shipping is a really big deal. I think if you're a company doing online sales and you don't offer free shipping, I think that's a huge deterrent for customers. It definitely is for me. If there's not free shipping on something, I'm usually not ordering it unless the shipping is really cheap, and if that's like my only option. Okay, so here's some really cute, these are like baby bear pins. I think these are really, and I thought these were adorable. Baby bears. I don't know. So I'm digging the colors. I'm digging like the kind of style of all this stuff. All right, let me see what else is in here. All right, I think I got most of it. All right, let me show you. Oh, and then these are the blades. So the blades come in these little containers. So I mean, at least you have something to dispose these of and, you know, handle these safely. But the blades were not bad to change out. Like it was very easy. And I don't know, I'm digging anything that's anybody who's new to the scene that's trying to do things and make life better for sewists and quilters. So next week I might have some more stuff to show you, and I don't want to give away too much too soon. Okay, so I don't want to jinx this, but if all goes as planned this week, a couple weeks from now, there will be a very special episode of the Sewing Report with a guest that I've talked about here on the show before, and it would be awesome to talk to this person. So we've been chatting. If this for some reason doesn't end up happening, I don't want to be like, yeah, I've got this person, and then it just doesn't come through. As a former TV producer, I know what that's like. And I'm always, you don't promote it unless you already got it in the can. That was kind of the rule. So, I don't know. All right, let's read some more comments here. Oh my gosh, yes. This week has been I don't know. This week has been kind of crazy for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know why. So, I do need some more carrot cake though. That is definitely a must. All right, let me get some more of this. I can't believe my husband was going to steal the whole thing. And he was kind of mad when I came in there to get like one piece, but I'm like, I need to eat this on camera. So, I've got some rosé. I believe this is the Barefoot Wines brand. They were having a sale. Came in a pink box. You know, I don't know, it's boxed wine. I gotta say though, I think Barefoot Wine is pretty good. I don't know, do you guys like Barefoot Wine? I've tried Barefoot Wine before. I think I've tried the I think the Moscato. I think the Moscato was decent. The rosé, I'm liking this so far. And then after the show is over, I gotta keep on editing. I spend like 90% of my time editing, I swear. That's pretty much most of what I'm doing for the most part. But I hope you guys, what did everyone do for Easter? I got ready for the show and I did some editing. So that was my exciting day. I got to do some cleaning. So I don't know if any of you guys live in like a condo complex, or I'm sure if you're in an apartment complex. This complex, I'm digging this for the most part, but it seems like every week we get some sort of notice via email and then on our door that they're going to turn the water off or something, or they got to get into our unit to do something. So this week for 2 days, they are bringing in like some sort of fire alarm company, independent people, and they're going to be basically inspecting all of the sprinklers and testing every single fire alarm or smoke alarm in all of the buildings for 2 days straight. So I was like, that's going to be a lot of fun. So, and I wrote back and I was like, is this going to be, like, how long is this going to be each day? And they didn't tell me. So apparently on Tuesday and Wednesday, all day, I'm going to be hearing smoke alarms going off all the time. So really excited about that. That's one thing I don't really like about condo complexes and apartment complexes, is just the amount of inconveniences that residents have to go through just to like live there. Like, you know, like they'll, like at our old one, they would be like, we've got to inspect your fire extinguishers, so make sure that they're accessible. And we had a cat at the time, so I was always kind of worried about my cat getting out or whatever. So if you have a pet, like that guy, like if you have a pet, that's going to be even a bigger inconvenience, because you have to worry about possibly crating them. And if you don't work at home like me, then you have to like worry about what's happening at your apartment when you're not home. So I don't know. So who knows? But I'm excited about what's happening. The videos I shot, like I was literally shooting embroidery machine videos until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And then I had a hard time falling asleep. So I started watching this Korean drama on Netflix, and then I fell asleep. So that was my Saturday. Was yesterday? Yeah, that was my Saturday evening. So if you want to know what's really going on over here, that's what's up. All right. So I'm glad to know I'm not the only person that's just rolling it at home. Maggie, you spent your Easter cleaning and napping. That sounds actually pretty good. I did do some laundry earlier, and I have to load the dishwasher after I jump off here. So that is what's going on. So Lori, a couple of my podcasters have quit editing, and I'm okay with that. So I want to know, so what is the podcast like when they don't, like, I get that they kind of take out, like when you edit things, you normally take out like the mess ups and stuff. I mean, if it's like an interview or a conversation, usually there's not a lot of editing. So, all right, Sarah, you took your kids to an Easter egg hunt and breakfast at church. Oh, that sounds pretty good. And Jen went to church and had lunch at a friend's house. Hey, at least you didn't have to cook, unless it was like potluck and you had to bring something. So, and I don't have kids, so like I haven't gone to like an Easter egg hunt or anything like that in a long time. Oh, so And over on my other channel, if you are interested to see like what else happens, I did, so I'm Asian, if you can't tell, and my hair is really hard to wrangle. So I was watching all these YouTube reviews on the Revlon one step hair dryer and volumizer. So I thought I would give it a shot. So I did my own review on this product. If you would like to watch it, I've linked it below. But I had a lot of fun trying it out, and I think it's an okay product. I don't think it's like in my opinion, it's not a holy grail product. But I think if you have like thinner hair or more like normal hair, like if your hair is not super thick, I think it would work pretty well for you. But since my hair is super thick and tends to not cooperate, like it got my hair straight, but I wouldn't say, like, it didn't really give me like big 80s hair or anything. And I even did use some hair texturizing spray too. And I've been trying to like make myself look less homeless in videos. I don't know if it's working or not. I am still wearing sweatpants today, so yeah, rock on to that. And yesterday when I was shooting a video too, I was watching back my footage and I noticed a really big bruise on my elbow and I have no idea how I got it. So I was like, that's unfortunate. So I don't know, when I'm watching these other people on YouTube, I'm like, how do they look so good? I've got like a mosquito bite here. My hair is always doing like whatever it wants to do. Like sometimes I'll shoot a really great, what I think is a great video, and like there's like a hair on my face or something, and I usually just roll with it because I'm like, I'd rather get the video out there. It's not 100% perfect, but I mean, if people, you know, I think people can get past small things like that, and at least I think so. I don't know, so we'll see. But I don't know. So yeah, it sounds like everyone had a good Easter. I even like kind of forgot. Okay, so Michelle wants to know which K-drama. Oh my gosh, I will show you. It's called... So I've been really rolling on the Asian drama wave lately. So in a lot of these are in... Because last week I talked about The Royal Tailor, which was an amazing movie on Amazon Prime about sewing. If you have not seen it, it is worthwhile. Okay, so I started watching this... Okay, let's go to Netflix. And by the way, has anyone seen that movie, The Perfect Date? Because I think that looks... I might throw that on because that looks interesting. Okay, so this Perfect Date movie, it's about this dude who needs to make... This reminds me of the... Okay, so it's about this guy who needs money for something. So he starts a business where he is like a perfect date to people or something. This reminds me of the 80s movie with Patrick Dempsey called, was it Loverboy? The one where he played like a male escort / pizza guy? This kind of seems like a modern version of that. I don't know. So okay, so the one I started watching is called My First Love. And it's pretty good. For like a Korean show, I would have to say the production value is pretty solid. Some of these K-dramas and J-dramas, like, I don't know if it's just me, but they seem so low rent that I'm just like, it's almost like distracting how bad how badly it was shot and how bad, like, I don't know. So this one is pretty, you know, they spent some money on this for sure. And it's about this guy who moves into it, like his family's home. Like it's like a family-owned home, but he's the only one that lives there. And then somehow he gets a bunch of roommates that he doesn't charge rent. So I watched a couple episodes and then I fell asleep. But I'm excited to watch the rest of it. But here's the thing that really like kind of confused me is that I was expecting it to, like any Asian drama, I was really expecting it to be in Korean with English subtitles, but it's dubbed in English. So that was a little bit trippy because I've really gotten used to watching Asian dramas and having to read the subtitles. So having it dubbed just felt very strange. And it's dubbed. The one criticism I would have of this show is that as far as like the production is that the dubbing is pretty bad. Like that's a little distracting. I would rather hear their real voices and have subtitles, you know, than have it be dubbed in English. I don't know. Like, do you guys prefer subtitles or do you prefer dubbing? It's just it's very jarring to me when the lip movement doesn't match up with the audio, but maybe it's just me. I don't know. So I've been watching that. There's a lot to watch. I've been watching that. Yeah, I don't know. There were a couple things on Amazon Prime that looked decent. I'm excited. I really want to watch, I've been watching Fresh Off the Boat. That's pretty much the only thing. And Game of Thrones, as I mentioned, we are going to wait. I know Game of Thrones is on in like another hour. I read this. I did read all the spoilers after this show last week. Watched a bunch of like I've been following, I know I'm such a dork. I've been following fan theory channels, which has been kind of interesting, and kind of seeing what people are predicting. But we are definitely going to be basically getting the HBO a la carte subscription for like a month and then canceling it just long enough so that we can watch the last season, and then we're gonna do the same. So I don't know. So well, thank you about the makeup. I've been trying. Yeah. So Jackie, thank you about the makeup comment. I've been trying with the makeup. As I mentioned, I've been watching a lot of beauty tutorials and kind of experimenting a little more with the eyeshadow, because I feel like I could, maybe put in like a little bit of effort, at least if I'm not putting effort into my hair. And I only do my hair like every few days. So I'll do my hair and then just not wash it for like 3 or 4 days, just because I'm lazy and it kind of doesn't really matter. So I don't know. So, okay, so Lori says, without editing, you don't get the banners and like, okay, bells and whistles. Okay, got it. All right. Okay, Michelle, yes, Asian dramas, man, they're the best. I don't know. I feel like I've been missing out my whole life by not knowing like what it was all about. All right, Nancy says, I went to a big family dinner, kids, egg hunt in the backyard. Oh, that sounds really great. But yes, thank you for the make. I feel like my makeup is all over the place sometimes. I don't know. I'm trying. Okay, Sarah says, I prefer dub, but live action, I prefer subs. Yeah, like with anime, like with cartoons, it doesn't matter as much because it's a cartoon. But yeah, with live action, it's very odd to see the very obvious dubbing. I don't know. But so far, the show looks okay. I missed a large part of it because I fell asleep. But I'm excited to watch the rest of it. I think it seems like a pretty good show. So, and Shelly, you're right. Subtitles are hard to follow if you're sewing. Yes, that is something to keep in mind, because when you're watching a foreign film or movie and it's subtitled, you have to keep your eyes on the screen. So it's a little bit hard to do if you're sewing at the same time. So that is one benefit to the dubbing. It just looks very strange, but so far I think my first love is it's decent if you're into Asian dramas. And if you haven't ever watched an Asian drama before, oh man, you don't know what you're missing. So I would describe it as like a soap opera, or like a soap opera, or if you like the Lifetime Hallmark Channel movies, it would be like as if you mixed that genre with 90s cheesy sitcom. So picture like Full House mixed with like one of those Lori Loughlin Hallmark movies, although I know Lori Loughlin will no longer be on the Hallmark Channel, and that made me very sad. Yeah. I know what all happened. I don't know. I do watch Fuller House. I don't know what's going to happen now since she's clearly not going to be on the show anymore. Couldn't this whole thing have waited until after they wrapped up season 5? I don't know. So, but yeah, so Asian dramas, I would highly recommend them. So two Asian dramas that I'm a fan of. Let me see if I can pull them up. These were very weird shows, but I thought they were good in my opinion, at least. I don't know. But one was called I don't know how to pronounce it. All right, let me grab these up. Okay, so this one is called Fukuyadu Hanpo Kyoto Love Story, and this was kind of a funny one actually. And I'm noticing I almost want to do a video for my other channel, Gen Talk Server, just kind of breaking down Asian dramas because they're so strange. So they're always And also, I kind of didn't realize how many cultural differences there are between America and Asia still, even in 2019. But this show is about a girl whose family runs like a Japanese sweets company. And her older sister was originally going to be like the proprietor of the shop to take over. And then she ends up getting married to someone like outside the business or something. So she's not going to do it. So the middle sister ends up having to do it. And then her mom tells her she has to marry like the head like candy maker. This was a really weird, like, this is definitely worth watching, but there's lots of very just strange weirdo things about the show that you will definitely notice. Like the fact that like half the people wear kimonos all the time and then half of the people don't. And the fashion choices on this show were also very strange. I don't know, but it's an interesting show, and also the plot lines are very like weak. Like there's all this conflict with this show that like totally didn't need to happen. Like the main characters' love interests, they end up like having to break up over something that's really stupid, and I thought was just, you know, kind of ridiculous. The other one was called Happy Marriage. And this one was another this was like randomly suggested to me. I don't even remember why. But this show is about this is so these are both Japanese dramas. This one's about a guy who his grandfather tells him he has to marry the specific person. He does not know this girl, but it's like the granddaughter of the woman he loved as a kid or something. So basically it's about a contract marriage, and I've noticed that seems to be a running theme with Asian dramas is contract marriages and fake relationships. I didn't know that was such a big thing. Apparently it is. So this is another very strange show. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of fun. It was almost comical. Like, that's the thing. These things, they're so melodramatic, but it's funny. So I've noticed in all of these, when it gets to like the last 5 minutes of the episode, they start the end credit music like way early, and then you're like, oh, the episode's over, but there's still like 5 more minutes. So that's sort of strange. I don't know. So yeah, Asian dramas, I love them. If you have not checked them out yet, they're definitely worth a watch. There's a lot of them on Amazon Prime Video and Netflix. I think they're starting to realize that there's some popularity with these, so people are really watching them. I also watched another one called Full House that's on YouTube, but there's like a gazillion. The thing with that one is it's put out by the Korean Broadcasting Service or something, but there's like a gazillion ads on it. You have to sit through like 18 ads an episode. Like, they put a lot of those mid-roll ads in, so that was definitely kind of strange. All right, let's see. Okay, so Lori says membership to So Crazy is only $200 for 6 months. I know, right? Yeah, that's really good. Luminaria, can you do more yarn videos? I should definitely. I know I need to. I've done a few yarn, crochet, knitting type videos. I need to do more of those. It is a fun thing to do. I've been so all over the place with the projects. I do need to focus a little bit more. So I'm currently kind of doing a lot on embroidery machines, but I'd also really like to get back more into the dollhousing stuff because I had a lot of fun with that. And I do still need to furnish the house. So the house is actually right there, and it's wrapped up because we moved, and it's still wrapped in plastic because I don't want anything to happen to it until I'm like ready to do something with it. So yeah, it's but I have a lot of fun with it, and I do need to I need to make some furniture. I really want to make some tiny furniture. I don't know why. I just have this compulsion to do it. All right, so let's check out Instagram. So we're gonna look. Let's see if anyone used the sewing. So if you use hashtag Sewing Report Squad, I will feature posts from you guys every week, if there are any. Let's see here. Ooh, I think there are a couple. Okay, let's see here. All right, we got a few posts. I'm excited about this. Okay. All right, so here's Sewing Report, hashtag Sewing Report Squad. So yes, if you use this hashtag, you will have a chance to be featured here every week when we... Oh, this is cute. Okay, this is Terry O'Vegan. April showers bring out drafting supplies. Super cute. Okay, these are shorts. 1 yard of fabric. You rock. Nice. These are really cool. Yeah. All right, and here's another one. This is Butterick6326. Nice work, Terry. Black is hard for... Yeah, black is kind of hard to photograph. I hear you there. So yes, if you would like to be featured... Okay, we featured this one I believe last week. But lots of really cool stuff happening. So if you use hashtag Sewing Report Squad, I'm going to check it every week and feature your posts. So yeah, I might sign off pretty soon because I still have a lot of laundry. I have a lot of, I don't know, this week's going to be a little crazy. So, but thank you guys for joining me. And yeah, oh, and I also want to know, okay, so for all of you Game of Thrones viewers, who do you think is going to be on the Iron Throne at the end of all of this? Oh, and you need to check out the Game of Thrones YouTube channel. Has some amazeballs behind the scenes featurettes. I was really impressed by all of the production work that goes into Game of Thrones. Even if you're not like really that into the content itself, because I know it can be, yeah, it's a little more adult, on the adult side, mature side, but just everything they put into this show is just mind-boggling. So if you do watch Game of Thrones, who do you think is going to win this whole thing? I've got my own theories. So I'm going to ask you guys this question. You can either answer in the chat now or you can answer in the comments if you're still watching. So what is going to happen at the end of Game of Thrones? Just what do you think? And next week I'll share my prediction of what I think could happen. I've watched a lot of these fan theory channels, I know. So let me know what you think, because I'm just curious to see what all is out there. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we will do this again next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will be here, and let me know in the comments what you think of this show, and also what if you see any sewing news that pops out at you and you want to chat, leave them below in the comments, and we may do it next week. So you guys have an awesome, wonderful week, and happy Easter to everybody. I will see you guys later, and look for a new video on the Brother PE embroidery machine this week to drop. All right, I'll see you guys later.